Hello! No face cam today because I totally forgot that I took it down to do some photos yesterday until right before I needed to go live, and then I went, oh, whoops. So it's just hands today. I promise I do still have a face, but it's going to be hands today. Also, I've changed the topic. So I've just swapped the tiny photos plan with the inky day plan because I went to print my super tiny photos and I've got faulty ink cartridge. So my plan of always having one, in ready to go. So I had one run out and I put the new one in and it's not having it. So it's all fine. I've organized another one to be here by Friday. But I just swapped with a different topic because I've got my big envelope of 4x6 photos. I might as well use something there. So I'm also going to use the Stencil in this month's kit, which is a sunburst schedule? Stencil. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Words are hard, apparently. Try again. Sunburst stencil. Both of the words are right there, Shimelle. Just read them out. For my inky page today, how tiny were the tiny photos going to be? I was going to do 6 squares on a 4x6. Right. So these are the 3 colors that I put on the shopping list. So I think we will start there. But also, I would like you to vote on what park, because I have this whole massive envelope of Disney photos. So we have all 4 main Florida Disney parks in here. So I've got Magic Kingdom, I've got Animal Kingdom, I've got Hollywood Studios, and I've got Epcot. So there's also some Universal in here, but I'm not going to get to that today. We're going to stick with Disney today. So tell me, which park do you want for today? I'm not going to type it out because you'll just tell me. It's fine. So tell me which park you want to see, and we'll do that and this. And brilliant. Sophia has a very important question, which is that the nail polish and did you get it to work? Yes, I tried this one again. It's the Little Mermaid Sally Hansen nail polish. And I tried it with a base coat. And I got it to work better, but not perfect. And here is what it needs to be. So now I know how to do it, I'm pretty sure. So I used a base coat, which did make it much better. However, for some reason, 2 coats really doesn't give you full coverage. I've got like see-through bits. Once I put the top coat on, it pulled some of the color. So I've got these like see-through bits on a couple of them that I think maybe would go away with 3 coats instead of 2. I also think it's probably better with a lamp, and I still don't have a lamp, and I have no intention of getting a lamp. So that's what it is. But yeah, that's their own top coat and just a base coat that I happen to like. Not the same brand base coat. That might also make a difference. But anyway, there we go. It's sparkly, it's purple, it's blue, it's sometimes green. I like it. But it is more temperamental than some of the others. And from the Disney Rimmel collection, I've worn the red Mickey and the pink Minnie so far. I did not buy the yellow Pluto because yellow nail varnish doesn't look good on my hands. There's a green and a lavender, a Goofy and a Daisy. I think that's all right. Okay, so I have those 2 to come. Right, we've got some votes in. I'll let you, Sophia says, so that's basically 5 coat polish. That is way more effort than I am prepared to put in. Yeah. Kind of need a movie with it or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'll let you keep voting while I do my advertising speech, and then I'll see what wins. If you just joined, you're voting on which Florida Disney park you would like me to pick from this stash to use with this stencil for today's page. Oh, Sophia is not shocked, that I bought the Rimmel Disney ones too. Honey, I bought them in the same transaction. I picked up the Disney ones. I put the yellow Pluto one back because I know that yellow nail varnish doesn't look good on me. And then a friend who also bought them was like, the yellow one is my favorite. And I'm like, that's the only one I didn't buy. And she's like, how could you leave one on the shelf? Because it doesn't look good on my hands. I've tried yellow nail varnish before. It doesn't look good on me. Right. You can vote for a park, and I'll tell you who I am. Hi, my name's Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime I scrapbook on the internet, it's considered advertising, and legally I need to make sure you're aware of that. You got it? Thank you for watching my hashtag advertising. I appreciate you being here, whether you watch live, whether you're chatty, whether you're quiet, whether you watch from Tomorrowland in the future, whenever it fits your schedule. Whether you scrapbook, whether you don't. I'd love for you to try. Whether you used to scrapbook and you got away from it, but you keep subscribed to my channel because you're like, maybe I'll get back to it. By the way, speaking of that, had a little chit chat with people about that specific question because it came my way on Instagram stories. So I have saved as a highlight on Instagram. So my Instagram is just my name. So Instagram.com/Shimelle. Then there's little circles underneath the profile before you get to the big square grid. There's little circles. Those are story highlights, right? The very first one says something like back to scrapping, or like you're really limited for characters. So I don't think I used the word return. I think I used back. Anyway, if you click on that, it's my advice, and it's not super long. It's also not one slide, but it's my most concise information on how I suggest if you want to come back to scrapbooking, it's my tips for doing that. So if that's you out there in the audience, you're totally welcome here. If you want to look at that, it might be useful, and then you can come back here and we can chat more. Or you could message me there and we'll chat more. I'm quite happy to talk about this subject. Right. Which park are we going for? Oh, Christy says the one and only time she used yellow nail polish, it stained her nails even after she removed it, and she had zombie nails for about a week. Yeah, I will say the red Mickey, it's like a really orangey kind of red. And it stained big time, even with a base coat. And it stained my cuticles when I took it off so much. And I was not prepared for that. Like, I could not get the red to come off the edges at all. And I went through way more nail varnish than I normally use. I was just like, what? So yeah, that red, I mean, I wear a lot of red, so, and pink. So it stained more than normal. Okay, we have got quite a lot of votes for Animal Kingdom and quite a few for Magic Kingdom. I think Magic Kingdom has pipped it. So here, I can do my organizing. 'Cause I haven't. You can have a look at my entire trip in fast flipping through. This is the Universal section. That's back to Epcot. Oh, this is becoming funny that it's all the same ones in a row. When for a little bit they were all mixed up. Studios. Magic Kingdom. Epcot. Oh, that's an oddball one. That's the hotel. Okay. Oh, have I done these yet? Although that doesn't particularly go with the stencil. I don't think I have scrapbooked any of those yet. Studios. Lightsaber photo pass moment there. Studios. Animal Kingdom. Now, obviously, these are not all of our photos from the whole trip. It's just what I had ready to print on Persnickety when the sale went live. Okay, so we're doing Magic Kingdom, so I'll put all these others away. I love my heart for this this photo. This is going on my wall somewhere, but... And I especially like this photo because someone in real life, and they didn't mean to be particularly negative or anything, but it's one of those comments where somebody says something and you're like, actually, if you were to stop and think about that, that wasn't a very kind thing to say. And they said, I can't believe that you are taking him again. He won't like it anymore. Because in their thoughts, he was too old for Disney. I mean, let's just go out on a limb here and say I might know my own child better than the passing random person in the street. But anyway, I knew that he would still have a great time. But that photo is so classically WB that I was just like, oh, no, we're good. We made the right call. Still magical. All right. So keeping in mind that I'm using that stencil, I do still love these. That's an option because I don't have a full set of parade stuff. And then these are Halloween. Okay, I think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do these Mickey with a bow tie photos. Yes, see, you all know. If you can still be around me, you pretty much understand that people are not always, like, some people are never too old for Disney. If you are already past that, then there's a request. I'll bring it out and see what we think. Right. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Okay. So Heather, is it Heather? Yeah. Heather says no. Do this one. Do this one, Inky, and then pick up on the castle colors. Okay, I'll try. I changed my mind. Okay, but that means I'm going to change ink colors because I'm going to go with the colors that are here in the castle. So I am going to keep this pink, but I'm going to swap these two for a blue that's pretty close to the one in the castle. And do I go with a gray? I think I do. Okay. I'm going to pull out two grays because, you know, I need to give Lost Shadow a fair whack, but my early days of trying it, I just didn't find it gray enough. It's too pale. But it's okay. Lori said she goes to Disneyland every month, and most people comment that she should be tired of it by now. Never. If I was local to a park and had an annual pass, it would just become the hangout place, right? Instead of, I mean, I know it's harder now post-COVID with park reservations and all of that, but in a world that doesn't have any of those complications, yeah, it would just be like, well, we have annual passes, so we can hang out. And then there is this thing where if you're not worried about making Disney a once-in-a-lifetime event, it feels very different as an experience because you go slower and you take different things in. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, I do love that photo of him. That was the first day that one where at Animal Kingdom with Mickey and Minnie. So that's like him arriving and being like, oh yes, this is my place. So I like it a lot. Right. So we're gonna go with those colors. And I know Annalise is like, what? You are choosing gray? I know. Allison too would go every week if she was local. What about a gold color? Well, I feel like a yellowy kind of gold isn't going to work. I feel like there's definitely going to be gold mist on this. I mean, I could be ridiculous and bring in like some silver glitter. Like, I mean, disco pops of color. I don't know, but it's an option. Let's see what happens. Oh, by the way, this is a perfectly wonderful time to say, so scrapbook.com sent me this lovely gift. Thank you, scrapbook.com. To try this new glue, which I'm not going to try today, but I am going to try soon. Artist craft glue. Excellent. But in the box, they also snuck this in. Yes, the Magical Pattern Paper Collection, which is their own brand. And this is one of the 6x8 where you get 40 sheets and the patterns repeat and they're double-sided. So you've got mini ears and bows. And the back is a mini ear cupcake. A solid red with a matching red and white polka dot. A more my style kind of polka dot. A like doodled polka dot with stars. And the back is black and white squiggly lines. White with black stars or black with white stars. A different black with white stars. White with Magical Day. And this one, which is at first I was like, what? But then I'm actually no. Okay, so it's a pair of Loungefly ears, the castle with a Mickey cutout, and a Minnie Mouse handbag and Minnie Mouse shoes. And at first I laughed, and then I realized how many of those objects I owned. There's a maroon solid there. This, which is a gray with white stars, or white with gray stars, black and white stripe, black and white dot. So, to be honest, it's 6x8 paper pad. It is nice, thick quality paper. It is a very limited color palette: black, white, red, bit of maroon, gray. What I would say is lots of really versatile, like papers for matting photos. I wouldn't want to do a whole mini album in that limited a color scheme, but that's me. I like having more colors. Let us not forget that we went in for my first ever meeting to create a paper collection, and they said, so we usually use this template and you fill in the colors you want, and it was like this little list, and I went, I'm gonna need so many of those because I needed more colors. So I don't do well with limited color palettes. Yeah, so, but I would use it, and I will use it for matting photos throughout something else. Does that make sense? So that's what I would say if you're looking at that as an option. Personally, I wouldn't want my whole album just in that, even if it was a mini book, because I like more color. But there are some very cute motifs in there. So, and some stuff that's, you know, like, that's super versatile that you can use over and over again, like polka dots and stripes. Okay? So anyway, I didn't have to do that. It wasn't officially sponsored. They sent it to me as a gift, and I'm quite happy to share it with you. They didn't tell me I had to. I just did. Okay. I think that's our disclosure. All good. Allison says, yes, she would also use it for matting. Oh, Amy, that sounds lovely. Amy says when her daughter graduates, she told her husband she's getting annual passes because just once she wants to be that couple who just hops down for a weekend. Yeah, I follow a couple like that on Instagram, and she'll be like, you know what? We had a terrible week, so we're in the car to Disneyland. And that's, you know, they've made it work, and I love this. Okay. So I've just put this at the bottom, but then I can move it to any side. But I wanted the stencil to go off the edge of the page. Yeah? Did I put my mat underneath? No, so this is somewhat dubious. I should put the mat down. Oh, April has done annual passes with her daughter, but her husband doesn't enjoy theme parks. So right now, when her daughter doesn't have time, it's not happening. Oh, sad times, but good while they lasted. Okay. Straighten this back out. Like that. Okay. Now Maleficent is safe. Now, I kind of want it to fade out. So I'm thinking the gray toward the edge, because what I really don't want... Amy, you're going to not like me, but I think I figured it out. Okay. See how the stencil has a harsh edge here? And I'm sitting here in my head going, I don't want it to have a harsh edge, but I do want it to fade out eventually. So what I was thinking is that I would bring the color out and just fade it out. But no matter how hard you try to do that, eventually you will catch an edge somewhere. And it will be that straight line because that's what's there. But what if it's a torn line? So Amy, I'm going to use the torn paper as a tool, not as something that's going on the layout. Okay? So stick with me. In fact, I'm just going to tear some tissue paper. I've got some here, along with, I can show you what was wrapped in the tissue paper. How pretty is that? I'm so excited to make something with this. It just, to me, says somewhere over the rainbow in Emerald City. So I'm excited to make something simple with one skein to wear to see Wicked someday. I don't have tickets to Wicked, but that doesn't matter. Amy says she knows what's going to happen. Don't do it. Resist. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. Amy needs to go get another cup of tea while I set this up. You go for it. Okay, so I've torn the tissue paper, and I'm going to tape this down. And yes, I'm the washi tape I have randomly picked up today is Mickey Christmas. Lori says, what kind of yarn? It's my lovely friend who is an independent dyer. Her company is called Castle View Yarns. She has brilliant colors. I basically have her yarn and one other company's yarn that I have a significant collection of. And both of them are former scrapbookers who became yarn dyers. So this one, Castle View, and then the other one is called Bird Street. And I just love that my two favorite yarn dyers in terms of color and how they see color and how they come up with new things. They're both people who used to scrapbook. See you later, Trina. So, yeah, they're my favorites. But this one is from Jen at Castle View Yarns. She is just the loveliest. Is that wide enough? That way isn't, but this way is. Okay. Oops. I've gone rogue with the washi. There we go. Yeah. I need to get that to lay down a bit more. Allison has booked Wicked in Edinburgh on tour next January. Amazing. It's one of WB's absolute favorites. And I have to say, oh my goodness, because I'd seen it multiple times from the back of the theater, like in the cheap seats. And then for a special occasion, took him and sat on like the 8th row in the stalls, right up close. It was like 2 different shows. I loved it so much more once I had seen it from a point where my eyes could handle all the details. I had totally missed the green bottle thing in the beginning because I was so far back I couldn't see. And he picked up straight away. He's like, oh my goodness, their costumes are all steampunk. It's so cool. And I'm like, what? I could just tell they were green suits. I could not see any steampunkness at all until I sat up close. April's favorite is Phantom, and she's going to see it in London in September. Phantom is one that I want to take WB to. He hasn't seen yet. And I was looking, and oh my goodness, it's still one that's it's pretty hard to get a last-minute ticket at a decent price. Quite a few shows that we go to see, like if you can be really flexible and just go at the last minute without big plans, can get a good deal. But good deals for Phantom are harder to find. But August is Kids Week, which means kids go free with a full-priced adult ticket at all price bands. So it doesn't need to be like a 200-pound ticket or anything silly like that. So I might look. I mean, the best plan for Kids Week is to know what your schedule is for the summer and then book as soon as they go live. Although as soon as they go live is traumatic because every year the website crashes. And it did this year too. But I don't have his schedule for the summer. It's very flexible at the moment. Well, it's flexible to the people making the schedule. So I can't book in advance. But I'm hopeful I could take him in August. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Phantom, why the tissue on top of the stencil? I would have put it under because the stencil would help hold it down. Because you're clever, I didn't think about it until I'd already stuck the stencil down, so I just put it on top. That's all there is to it. Okay. So this is Lost Shadow going out to the outside of the stencil. What was I going to say? It'll come to me. We were discussing Phantom and Kids Week. Oh, what was it? I don't know. How did the boy's arm go? His arm, touch wood, so far so good. It's out of plaster. And he hasn't had any pain. He's done perhaps a little bit more testing it than I would have suggested. But it didn't hurt. Yeah. So that's all good. And cheap seats for the win, says Lori. Yeah, we go to see quite a lot of what can I stretch the theater tokens to do. So theater tokens are like gift vouchers for theater here. And whenever anybody's like, what does WB want for his birthday at Christmas? Theater tokens. Don't send objects. Our house is small and we have way too many objects in it. Send theater tokens. Because we have lots of good theater, and I have a theater buddy who wants to go see all of the shows that he's allowed to see. There's a few that he's like not even allowed into. So Moulin Rouge, you have to be 12 plus. And he's like, what's so racy about Moulin Rouge? I'm like, maybe don't make me answer that. Maybe don't make your mother explain these things. If the theater has a rule that nobody under 12 is coming in, you're not coming in, mate. I took all these down to make my gray and blue board, and now I am back to having a bowl of confusion. So, I need to get this finished, like, very, very soon. That feels way too dark. It's not that one. I only have one other gray, I think. So is it, oh, is that black? So, see, yeah, that looks like black. Maybe I don't currently have one here. Okay. Dun, dun. All the boopers on the first board are still in place. I only took the second one down and dismantled it to make the new one with all my extra colors. And I haven't finished it. Whoops. Also thought I had... Oh, is it right there? Is it right there? No. That one's blue. Okay, I have the blue. Okay. This is so close that I'm thinking I might just mix them on here. Yeah. Okay, so I now want to blend this out. But look, this is why the torn paper comes in handy, because I'm trying to leave the light color and instead I'm running the darker color to the edge. Ah. It's very noisy hitting all the bits of tissue paper. Okay, I want blue in here quickly because this is way too gray for my liking. So let's get the blue. Okay, and then Kitsch Flamingo. He's on board 1, so it's easy to find. Look at that, Shimelle. It's right there where it's supposed to be. Yes, I will go see Moulin Rouge myself, but I won't take WB yet. So Kim says it's a real spectacle and spectacular show. Yes, I agree. I've got a couple that I'm going to go to without him. Oh no. So I'm going to go to that, and I'm going to go to Oklahoma, the new Oklahoma, well, new, the one that transferred from Broadway that is not child appropriate. And yeah. So Lost Shadow, yeah. Nectar, yes. Love it. Somebody was bringing that up in the comments. Good morning, Leslie in Ohio. Oh, she just saw Moulin Rouge on Saturday. Oh, she saw 2 children who looked younger than 12, and she questioned in her own mind why. Yeah, so on some things, I'm quite happy for WB to go to the theater at the young end of the age group, because he knows so much about theater, but there are still some things that are a no. Like, for example, I know that if I took him to Cabaret, 80% of the show, he would be absolutely in awe of the theatrical thing that's happening in front of him. But at least 20% of it is so not child appropriate that it's not an option. And for a while I wondered about Oklahoma, but enough friends have been now and they said, no, I wouldn't do it. So that's fine. Yeah. But like, he saw, like, I don't have any worry about taking him to see Phantom. He's seen Hamilton. He's seen Les Mis. He's seen, what else is there that's quite grown up that he's seen? But he can follow that and everything, but he does think about it very much as a stage child. But things like Moulin Rouge and Cabaret, that's different. There's like, there's Lovely Ladies, and then there's Cabaret and Moulin Rouge. So there we go, there we go. Right, so I want a paler pink down here. That's what I'm working on at the moment. That's going to be this one. And there. Okay. And then I'm going to blend this all together, don't worry. Oh, Lori took students to Avenue Q. I'm guessing high schoolers. This is it. This is how I lose my job, is what she was thinking. But the kids loved it. And the problem is didn't even register in their brains. Oh, so maybe they were even younger. Oh, it is funny. Okay, so I'm going to blend this up now that I've let the little speckles of a flamingo sit on there. Whoop. Don't roll off my desk, please. Okay, then we're going to take flamingo into faded jeans, which may lead me with a booper head that is problematic, but it's going to be all right. Pretty. And then the blue into the gray. Okay, that's the one that's harshest, the blue. So let's see how much Lost Shadow can soften this. So this becomes a fade. Let's see if I can get the blue speckle back. Yeah, it does soften. So I think the trick to having a blend of this sort of color, the blue into or gray, blue, pinks, is to go as light as possible on that mid-range blue there. Have 2 shades of gray, have 2 shades of pink, and then that should give me somewhere to smooth things out. Oh, don't bring the blue too close to that pink though. And remember with oxides, you can keep working it. So where I went, oh, it's too harsh, you can just keep working it. And now the blue is not looking nearly so stark because it's starting to blend into this purple halo here. Now I really like the tonal pink speckle. So once I get all the rest of this blend soft, I'm going to bring back, which is now, I'm going to bring back the flamingo and not blend this out. These are just speckles. Okay. That's what the tissue paper line looks like. So there's what I've got. Interesting. Not at all what I was expecting to do with my day, but I think we can make this work somehow. I think it's going to be cool. Okay. Oh, rules to taking children to the theater here. So we have no system of certificates for theater like we do ratings for movies. So if you're American, what you call a rating for a movie, we call a certificate here. We don't have those for theater. However, many shows will publish a suggested age, a suggested minimum age, or some shows will say flat out, no one under the age of XYZ. Moulin Rouge and Cabaret both have a minimum age for entry. Things like Hamilton. Hamilton has a recommended age of 10, but it's not a minimum age. So he was 8 when he saw Hamilton, but he'd already seen it on Disney Plus. He already knew the soundtrack. We'd already gone through the history. He'd read a biography of Alexander Hamilton. I thought it was fine. So there we go. Now, where are we going to? I either like it to the side or the bottom. Oh, we could do a in from the sides kind of scenario here. Let's see what paper I can put with this. Also, I realized that the last couple times I've looked at my stack of paper, I've completely ignored the fact that I have a Bella Besties set here. So let's have a look in case any of these Besties colors match what's there. There is a pink in here. That one, right? Oh, there's 2. 2 sheets of everything, but they're the same. Okay. Oh, I've missed something here for where the rules got. Okay. Sophia says. Oh, it's K. Oh my. 2 kids about the age of 5 or 6 at the Lord of the Rings for the last movie, and they cried through the whole thing. And Kay was irritated. Yeah. Irritated with the parents that they didn't. And that's a long movie to kind of, yeah, that's a long movie to make somebody sit through something they're obviously uncomfortable with. Right? This is where Amy's going to go leave. Sorry, Amy. I love you, really. But I kind of like this idea. How much do I want, though? Oh, that's the dots. I like this one. This is so, I know. Amy was like, you said you weren't going to, and then you did it anyway, and now you are. Like, what is my deal? I don't know, Amy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But not sorry. It's just paper. You could do both with a straight edge, I guess. I'm sorry, Amy. I don't know why Amy sticks around when clearly I do all the things, just one thing over and over again to give her paper anxiety. It just seemed like a good idea. Once I saw the torn line on one side, I wanted to add a torn line on the other side. And before anybody asks, no, I haven't sketched this out because I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm winging it today. I'll sketch it at the end. But look, this is looking nice. Okay. It needs some blues of some sort. So, Yeah. It's not the same blue, but it's a start. And then... and then she trims with her scissors. Yeah, yeah. Here I go. We all need to contribute to a gin fund for Amy's recovery. Oh, there. I mean, hopefully, Amy, it's not the level of, you know, taking a 5-year-old to see Return of the King. Now, what I'm thinking is there is a way to get this color in, and it's to ink a piece of paper. So I think I saw yesterday when I was looking for something that I have some strips of plain white in my scraps. And I could ink them. Oh, if I can find them again. Sorry. Sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Oh no. Try to cover up the mic. That probably sounded horrible, especially if you had headphones. I'm really sorry. Okay. What's in here that I could ink? So funny when I go through my scrap basket and I'll see something that I think is plain white cardstock and I'll get to it. And it's just a paper that's so old it's single-sided. But I was hoping I could just ink something existing rather than inking a whole new page. The washing machine's beeping at me. Hold on. I'm not quite sure how it finished that fast. I thought I put it on a cycle where it was going to finish afterward. Machines, they know better than we do apparently. But where is something that would work? There we go. Sophia says, it's my turn to admit I ate all the cheese. The funny thing is, guess what I had for lunch? Cheese and pretzels. Yeah, I did. Right, so I have this, and we can add this color blue to it. It's perfectly acceptable at 222. So I've got this, and then you know how oxides, you can work with them. I've got a little idea here. I think that's enough. Okay, give me this stencil back. It's just got this little bit of the pink left on it. I'm not holding that in place at all. I'm just going to blend it back over the top. I don't know if it's going to be visible at all. Oop, don't do that. Okay, can we see it at all? Not really. I think it might, however, oh, if I shine it in the light, it might become more visible as it oxidizes. But anyway, I just thought I'd give it a whirl with the same color and just picking up that bit that was left on the stencil. That's very saturated, so it's going to need a little bit of time before I cut it up. Is it prize ribbon? No, it's faded jeans. Okay. So then, oh, that went so wide. That's so wide. That's all right. Come back. Okay. So what happens if I bring, oh, it's not even, Amy, I didn't need to tear that. It's not even going to be visible. I bring that into a little paper sack there. Oh, what am I doing with this composition? I'm not sure. Okay. All right, I want this popped. So let's see. What that's gonna look like. I know, I feel horrible. I've just torn that paper for no reason, and now I've given Amy extra stress. Okay. Won't take the backs off yet because I'm still not sure what's happening here. But I like this composition. It's so the opposite direction than I normally would do. Do I like it better this? I do! I like it better this way. Okay, I didn't see that coming, but I do. All right. So I need to look at this as a horizontal band and this as a vertical. Okay. I think I might end up leaving this out because I'm not loving it. Okay. Amy, the chat is here to support you. Bless their hearts. So tones in the 2 sticker options from Retro Summer. There are certain tones in here, like the pinks and things, that might work, but I don't know if any of the motifs are going to work. I also know I'm doing this whole thing with the castle colors and totally ignoring his red outfit. It's okay. This is totally a photo that's going to end up in both albums as well, so it's all right. Oh, Amy. Amy. Okay. Like this. I'm going to put it flat on the page where the photo is going to be popped. So I need to work out where that's going to be. I think it's going to be there. Okay, Amy, tell me your feelings on the label punch. Because I think I might go back to that horrible trauma that I caused with the blue inked paper and use a label punch. How would I like the stencil oriented in the top center? No. No, I don't. Not with the photo this size. I get why it would work because it brings the two together. It crosses over the divide where I'm going to end up with a space. But the whole point of doing the stencil with that edging was so that you could see it. And if I do it this way, I lose that. So I'm trying to take it from the side. But don't let me stop you enjoying that composition idea yourself. Yeah, there's not, everything here is too summer. These are October photos. The embellishments are not working. Okay. Okay. Amy loves the label punch. So we're safe there. I'm in a safe zone. How about these letter stickers from our previous kit as well? To bring that royal blue in. If I have the whole alphabet. I think I do. Okay. Okay. Label punch. So here. Amy says she can't believe she's saying this, but she would tear or cut the stencil part out and use it as layering over the pink. I thought about that, but I'm determined to keep this torn edge going, the stenciled torn edge. So that's where I am. I want this overlapping with this. Blue, pink. There we go. Starting to like that now. Okay. Did I see what Amy said? I did. Okay. Get noise. What can I title it that does not involve the word prints? Or castle. I can't spell either of those. I'm not. Okay. Maybe I can't use those letters. That's okay. It's weird because I so want to put a paper stack behind this, but it doesn't feel right. What am I like? This is what happens if I wing it. I can't do it. I need to plan. Speaking of winging it. You ready? Here's what we're going to do with the disco pops of color. I'm going to go to the outside of the blue where it meets the gray. Also, I'm going to do something very messy here. Is that going to bother anyone like Amy is bothered by tearing? It all washes off, but my hands are going to get very glittery. Okay. Would it have been safer to put that stencil in place before I put the glitter down? Of course! But what am I without a sense of adventure? So we're going to blend the glitter in. Easy peasy. Does this help me with the composition of the page? No, but it distracted me and gave me some sparkly fun. It's pretty. What color glitter is in the bottle? It's called Disco, right? Does it have it on here? I'm sure it was called Disco. It's like a multicolored glitter. Right. Can we see the sparkles? Ish. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this because I think otherwise I will just faff too long. Maybe tags along the torn edge. Yeah, you could put things underneath here. Yes. Okay. Need different letters because everything I pulled out doesn't work. Speaking of glitter, that. And where did they go? I have a bunch of pink doodle bugs. Here they are. Doodle bugs as if they're actual bugs. No, not actual bugs. I once had a dog nicknamed Doodlebug as well. Oh, I like those two together. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, okay. Oh, royal welcome. This was our last day. I'm going to use the word castle in this. Oh, I need to spell backwards. Okay. Oh, well done, Kirsty. Kirsty's been off work for quite a while to homeschool her daughter who has not been very well. And her daughter has her final last exam tomorrow. And then Kirsty's going back to work on Wednesday. Lovely. So you can finish the school year and then have a proper summer break. Yay. Oh my goodness. And Sophia's daughter's final A level is this Wednesday. And then she's done. Well, Sophia's not done with school because she has smaller children as well. But her daughter is done with school. Amy says, are the pink letters puffy? Yes. This is Doodlebug Alphabet Soup, which is a puffy addition to the Doodlebug letter sticker lineup. Okay, sorry. This is totally one I wish I could turn on super fast sticker mode. But turns out in real life I can't speed it up. Amy says, now I want to try them. Sigh, add to cart. Well, you get quite a lot out of them. And they're like, look, this is such a nice size that we don't have a lot of. Oh, wait, they're very similar in size to another favorite alphabet that I like to use. I mean, they're a little smaller, but not a lot. I like letter stickers this size. They're perfect if you're wordy and want a bit more on the page. Right, and while I'm going all slow with stickers here, I can hashtag advertising you and remind you that you can sign up for classes at my website anytime, Shimelle.com. And then you could join the current class, which is called This Year's Story, or you could sign up for any other things. And people signed up for stuff on Friday, and everybody should have access to that over the weekend. Yeah, which was fabulous. So thank you for those of you who added something to your class lineup. Or if you're new around here and you want to take a class, you totally can. Oh, Amy says, how many colors are there? Many. It's that same Doodlebug kind of lineup where there are plenty. Dun, 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 dun. I'm totally going to put that little Mickey head up here. These blue glitter letters, they were a Disney paper crafting collection at Poundland. And I only just learned that Americans think it's funny that instead of something like Dollar Store or Dollar Tree, we have Poundland. But that's what we have because that's what our money's called. Why would we not? So I have no idea why several years back, it wasn't even Mickey 90, it was something else. It was before then. Poundland had a Disney paper crafting collection. And loads of people sent me notes and were like, I've seen this in my Poundland. Do they have it at your Poundland? And so I went to several different Poundlands and stocked up on things like stickers with tiny Mickeys in them. So there we go. So I've got one that goes there. Oh, and each of the insides of the O, they're Mickeys. So I can do 3 in the little confetti situation here. Like that. Okay. So we've got that. Where am I going to write on this? I think I'm going to write straight onto the background, and I'm going to write it up here. Have I got any word strips on either of these that would work well? Hello, Julie. Any of the pinks? Kind of, this one works for fun in the sun, I think. Since it, you know, it's a sunny place, and I've put a sunshine on the page. It might be a bit of a stretch, but we're going to make it work. So yeah, journaling's going to go up here. It's so minimal in a way. This is going to be an adventure of where it ends up. These other words don't fit. Okay. There's a life is good. But it's kind of a different blue. I kind of almost want to bring in some purple because the purple that we made here. Okay. enamel dots. So I have this set of colors, and I have one more in here somewhere. There. Ah, this has more pink. Not really a good pink for this, though. Let's see. I mean, this was also from that same collection. Yeah. Okay, pulled out a whole bunch of randomness here. If tourmaline's going there, it's going to need something. Oh, don't do it with that. I know what to do. Right. Where is it though? Okay, so stamps. See, this is where I'm just very silly if I don't plan it out. If you joined late, at the last minute I changed today's topic with one of the topics for a different live stream because I couldn't print the photos for today, which is fine, but it gave me a completely different time frame to plan. So I've got no sketch. I didn't do a sketch, and I'm kind of not where I imagined I would be. It all does come together, but it takes a long time. Okay. Where it normally goes a bit quicker if I have planned it out. I'm looking for Disney stamps. That's what I'm looking for. But I've done something silly. I have Christmas Disney stamps found. I have Halloween Disney stamps found. And I have some giant ones, but not just normal sized. And we all know I own these. Oh, I know where there's a set I can use. It's here. Because it doesn't fit in my normal storage. So it has, oh here, they're together. I put them together. Of course I did. Okay. Stop freaking out, Shimelle. It's okay. So I have those Kelly Perky ones, these Ellie Studio ones. Let's have a stamping block. You like longer videos. The funny thing is that on a Monday video, I can't go longer because it doesn't matter if I have finished the page or not. It does matter that school gets out at a certain time. Now, this is Disneyland, so I need to work out. I like the idea of putting strings on these and making them balloons. What have I got here? Magic found here. So, you'll laugh. Both of these have stamps that say happiest place on earth. That's Disneyland in California. Florida is, Walt Disney World is the most magical place on earth. And Disneyland Paris is the most enchanted place on earth. They all have one of these. And I don't like getting them wrong. I fully accept this is me being a weirdo. It's okay. one. And then Kitsch Flamingo, because I want to bring the pink emphasis over here. So what I realized was that the journaling will feel better here if it has something that then kind of ties it in and it's not just an empty space. It needs something more than that. So I'm going to bring in some stamping there and then repeat the stamping in a couple different places. This is a little solid and outline diamond stamp set, like two that go together. So I'm going to do a few of these diamonds. Pink, the light pink in the solid, and then the blue for the outline. Okay, then I'm going to repeat that. Over here by the title. And over here. Okay, and then swap over to the outline. Sorry, I know I'm running off the screen there. Three there. Three here. Okay, so the colors are starting to come together. And then this doesn't feel so disjointed from the rest. Huzzah. Okay, so I'm going to stop making stuff at this point. Maybe have I got a couple minutes for dots? Yes. Ah, Sophia says Shimelle Land is the sparkliest place on earth. I love that. Thank you. Virginia did not know that there were different phrases for different parks. Sandy says, I'm here late. Why is it farewell to the castle? Because that's our last day. This photo comes from the last day. Lori says, you know what you need? More trips to Disneyland because you have the stamps and they need using. It's true. Always need more trips to Disneyland. Okay, so then I was thinking about these multicolored ones, but I think mixing them in with the Mickey heads is too much. So are these the same set of blues? No, they are different. So, oh, the one that has hardly any left, that's the one that's the perfect match. Great. Okay. I know, you're like, how many more little confetti things can you add there? Oh, trust me, I can add plenty. And then this one there. This one here. Okay. What color I need up here? This one. Nope. Okay. Oh, stop doing that, Shimelle. You're smudging the ink. Okay. Journaling's going to sit up here. There's going to be a little bit more added, but I'm not quite sure what. I'm going to see if I can cover the smudges that I just did by adding gold mist to those areas or more glitter or something like that. Okay. So, see you, Sophia. So this is where I'm going to, oh, sorry, let's get it on the page. Goodness, my desk has got overwhelmed today. So this is where I'm getting to at our time that we need to finish. Is it very different than what I imagined making today? Yes. Is that okay? Yes, I've tried different things that I would not have tried unless I was here with audience participation and trying something that I didn't plan. So I do think creatively that things like this are good for us. Also, gray splatters would be a good call. I've got that. Yeah. So also, this is a shout out to Heather at the beginning, because at first I was going to use 2 other photos with that stencil, and she went, no, use the one in front of the castle, and I just went ahead and went with it because Heather was so passionate about it. This is the sort of photo that I would sit and go, it needs to be really, really cool, because the photo's really, really cool, and sometimes it's easy to get trapped in that, and then we never scrapbook that photo at all, right? We've all done that, I hope. It's not just me. And sometimes I feel like I'm not too bad at that, but sometimes I will find that those photos are hard to scrapbook, and that may be why I'm looking at it going, oh, is it going to come together in the end? And it's not quite to the end, so I don't 100% know yet. But I'm going to keep going with it, and I'm going to have this kind of different composition than what I normally use, because it's got this open valley in the middle, which I don't normally do. So thank you for Heather telling me that and encouraging me to try something different. I believe I'll have a plan and a sketch on Friday. So if me not knowing where I'm going to go and winging it was hitting all your anxiety bells, then I hope that Friday will be more your style, because I'll be doing what I had planned to do. But that's okay. Either way is good, and it is important to know that we can enjoy our crafting even when it doesn't quite go the way we want. And I did really super enjoy this. I am absolutely loving that glitter on top, I have to say. And I really like what this little diamond did to finish things up too. So it's not done yet, but I am going to finish it, and I'm going to do something I didn't expect, and that's great. That wasn't a great in a sarcastic tone, and it kind of sounded like it. Anyway. Right, if you enjoyed watching me wing it and you want to give this a thumbs up, that'd be super duper awesome. And if so, here is your heart. Thank you so much. Have a great week. If you're in this year's story class, you'll be hearing from me in the week. And by the way, if you didn't watch the last video that came out, was it Friday? That's there for you. That's me putting the photos all into where they're going to go. And then this week you get videos on those photos actually getting whole new pages. So this week begins in this year's story, the process video section, where you'll see me make layouts and pockets and stuff like that. So if that's to your liking, you can go to Shimelle.com and sign up for that. Thank you for listening to me advertise my classes all the time, because that's my job. And that's how I get to do this. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye!